This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. First and foremost, before I get started, I want to thank Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. And I want to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham Rakakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of GMS who teach and rule well, who taught me this truth. Salutation, you brothers and sisters that are out there listening and learning, fighting this good fight of faith. And salutation, my fellow brethren that are pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. To you all, I'm going to say shalom. And I pray this lesson be edifying to the elect. So, just going to do a in the news, blow the trumpet in Zion as we're commanded to do, and give our people, you Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the speckled bird, warning from the Lord of the times that we're coming into. These devils are moving Operation Warp Speed because they know that they have but a short time, as it says in Revelation 12 and 12, So, and as you can see on your screen, from Zero Hedge says, on the brink of a dramatic change, the digitalization of money, and for brothers and sisters that are, in the know, you already know what this is leading to, man. That MOTB as spoken about in Revelation, the 13th chapter. So I'm going to read a little bit of this and actually have another article that I want to bring out as well, showing that these these devils are working. They're laying snares for our people, man. In 2 Corinthians 2 and 11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, man. So let's get into this article. It says, the current state of central bank digital currency projects globally, summarized by Efrat Enigson, independent journalist and host of the You're the Voice podcast. It says, what underpins a world order is always the financial system. It says we are on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new one is what we call blockchain. It means digital. It means having an almost perfect record of every single transaction that happens in the economy, which gives us far greater clarity over what's going on. It also raises huge dangers in terms of the balance of power between states and citizens. In my opinion, we're going to need a digital constitution of human rights if we're going to have digital money. So this is what the lady was saying in this video.
What underpins a world order?
Let me see if I can play it for you. So I'll give you 1 second. So I can turn this up. Alright, so here we go.
What underpins a world order is always the financial system. I was very privileged. My father was an advisor to Nixon when they came off the gold standard in '71, and so I was brought up with a kind of inside view of how very important the financial structure is to absolutely everything else. And what we're seeing in the world today, I think, is we're on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new one, the new accounting, is what we call blockchain. It means digital. It means having a almost perfect record of every single transaction that happens in the economy, which will give us far greater clarity over what's going on. It also raises huge dangers in terms of the balance of power between states and citizens. In my opinion, we're going to need a digital constitution of human rights if we're going to have digital money. But also, this new money will be sovereign in nature. Most people think that digital money is crypto and private, But what I see are superpowers introducing digital currency. The Chinese were the first. The US is on the brink, I think, of moving in the same direction. The Europeans have committed to that as well. And the question is, will that new system of digital money and digital accounting accommodate the competing needs of the citizens of all these locations so that every human being has a chance to have a better life? Because that's the only measure of whether a world order really serves.
See, and that's, this is the direction that, they're, the elites are pushing, because as we always go into, it's all about control. Let's see, it says, this revolutionary speech about a new financial system was delivered at the World Government Summit in March 2022 in Dubai. So this is a couple years ago. By Philippa Malmgren, a member of the Council of Foreign Relations in Chatham House. Her father, Harold Malmgren, served as a senior advisor to U.S. President Kennedy, Nixon, Ford, and others. She's a technology entrepreneur and economist who served as special assistant to to President George W. Bush for economic policy on the National Economic Council, and is a former member of the President's Working Group on Financial Markets and Corporate Governance. Her words about the transition to a new world order that requires a new financial structure correspond well with the words of French President Emmanuel Macron in June 2023 at the Global Finance Summit in Paris. Quote, "The world needs a public financial shock to fight," you see it, "and the current system is not suitable for dealing with the world's challenges." The President of Brazil, Lula da Silva, also called for a clean slate and said the Bretton Woods Organization, World Bank, International Monetary Fund do not serve their goals nor respond to society's needs. So that, out with the old and with the new, right? As the WEF calls it, the Great Reset. Let's see. Let's read a little bit of this, and then I'll get the other article. Let's see. So I'm trying to see where. Oh, here we go. So it isn't here. The new Bretton Woods moment. A new international monetary system is taking shape. Some call it the new Bretton Woods moment that needs to be seized to create a new global financial governance, says the investigative journalist Whitney Webb in a recent sit-down interview where she mentioned that, according to Mark Carney, former governor of the Bank of England and Bank of Canada and the UN Special Envoy for, you see it, and finance, the three pillars of the new multipolar world are digital IDs, CBDCs, and ESG, right? So I looked up what ESG means. ESG stands for environmental, social, and governance. ESG investing refers to how companies score on these responsibility metrics and standards for potential investments. Environmental criteria gauge how a company safeguards the environment. So let's see what it says here. Let's see if I can get it bigger. So it says three pillars of ESG. Oh, yeah, hold on. There we go. Employee benefits, workplace health, community engagement. Right, so this is basically a system that they're gonna try to, put in place to, control everything. So let's see, back to the article. So it says digital IDs, CBDCs, right? And this is exactly what these devils have been mentioning. Everybody should have a digital ID, and everybody should have to use the central bank digital currency. It says all world governments are pushing this agenda, that in order for it to succeed, all monetary systems and supporting systems must become digital and rely on digital data. A good example of this was revealed at an event of the Central Bank of Israel with the Bank of International Settlements, BIS, which I attended in September 2023 in Tel Aviv, where the Genesis project was presented. As part of this project, green bonds are issued based on, you see it, quotas in the CBDC infrastructure. This is how the agenda is linked to financial markets, right? So they're setting the groundwork. Let's get a little bit more. Central bank digital currency system. Central bank digital currencies, CBDC, tie the financial freedom of citizens to the government and the banking establishment. The central bank issues its centralized digital currencies and essentially creates a new monetary system, fiat on steroids, a system that takes everything that is bad in the fiat system and adds more of it: surveillance, control, censorship, and enforcement capabilities, a modern prison. Indeed, the CBDC is the ultimate prototype of a prison without physical chains. By connecting CBDCs to digital identity cards and to government systems such as universal basic income. Now, as we speak, there was an article I just seen. Let me see. Excuse me. From Natural News, U.S. consumers have reached a breaking point, right? So as the inflation continues to go up and people are not able to make ends meet, it's putting a more and more strain on the average American, man. So eventually, they're gonna have to come up with something to keep the people afloat, which is what this is all going into. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices, as the scriptures say. Let's get Psalm 64, Psalm David. It says, "Hear my voice, O power, and my prayer preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect," right? And the perfect is the Israelites, in particular, the elect of the nation of Israel. "Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them?" Right? And this is what these devils are doing. They're laying snares for the people, but they're painting it in a way that it's good for everybody, though. And that's how these devils operate. So it says, by connecting CBDCs to digital identity cards and to government systems such as universal basic income, social credit, we keep on talking about social credit scores, and more, we get the ultimate control apparatus. This apparatus will dictate to citizens what they're allowed to purchase, what the permitted quotas are, while limiting consumption according to rules and use cases at program times, places, and cadences. The system is able to determine the use of the geographic radius, geofencing, and to determine expiration dates on the money. Each remote control digital wallet can also be switched on and off by its operators. More than 130 countries are in the initial stages of piloting CBDC systems, of which 36 countries are in advanced pilots, and 3 countries have already launched systems: Nigeria, Jamaica, and Bahamas, man. So this is where we're headed. This is where these devils are pushing it, man. And this is all being orchestrated by Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, man. Let's get Isaiah 14:27. For the Lord Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi of hosts hath purposed, and who shall disannul it? And his hand is stretched out, and who shall turn it back? As it says also in Isaiah 55, the words of the Lord do not go out void, man. So this is the Lord is making these things happen, man. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. Right? So Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi are making these things happen, man, for prophecy's sake. So let's get this article right here. It says WF launching AI-powered control grid to kill independent media. Right? So as we just read in here, what these CBDCs will be able to do is basically control everything. Social credits, right? So you can't speak out, against the government or against, the powers that be without being penalized for it, right? And this universal basic income and social credit scores all tying in, and having it, linked to people's bank accounts and what have you. And if you don't, go along to get along, then they're basically going to be able to, it says each remote control digital wallet can also be switched on and off by its operators, right? So they can just turn off your money, man, just like that. So this is the type of control that these devils want, man. So it says WEF launching AI-powered control grid to kill independent media. This came out today, March 29th, 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, as coined by the beloved Apostle Tahar. So it says WF control institutions are working together to round up political descendants and punish them for the, quote, crime of opposing their dystopian agenda using an AI-driven surveillance and control grid. Independent journalist Leo Hohmann warns that the WEF infiltrated banks, here we go, and colluded with WEF-controlled big tech companies to not only censor but silence dissenters by blocking offending customers from accessing their own money. This is where it's all headed. These devils are literally setting up snares so people can't speak out against them, and they will punish them, by taking away their money, or ultimately they won't even have access to participate in society, right? Because as it says in Revelation, let's might as well get it. Where is it at? Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So they're setting up this system right before our very eyes, man. They're setting up this whole system that no man will be able to buy or sell except the ones that have the MOTB, man. And they're setting up, the infrastructure with the social credit scores and what have you, and the radiuses. So they have these 15-minute cities, and they want to have people connected, to the Internet of Things. So it's one system where these devils can control and monitor everything, and anybody that opposes it, well, they'll just their money will get cut off, and they can't participate in society. That's what these devils are up to, man. So let's read some more. It says naturalnews.com reports. He tells the story of rebel news reporter David Menzies, who was arrested recently while trying to interview attendees at a pro-Hamas rally in Toronto. Menzies was arrested just 3 days after the announcement of his lawsuit against the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, quote, for a pattern of intimidation and exclusion following shocking displays of police brutality against David. Even though Menzies was in full compliance with the law, presenting his identification upon request as evidenced by camera footage, he was arrested and detained simply for exercising his right to document a public event. Similar such incidents are occurring in the United States as well. One of the most notable recent ones being the arrest of Blaze Media's Steve Baker for covering the January 6th, quote, insurrection. InfoWars' Owen Sawyer was similarly arrested and thrown in jail for 2 months for covering the, quote, insurrection. Globalist politicians and judges are colluding with big corporations throughout the formerly free Western world to remove certain bedrock rights and God-given freedoms and replace them with government-issued privileges. Right. So I mean that's that's exactly what it is, because these devils are being exposed, man. And that's why they're doing these things. There's Amos 5:10. They hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly. Right. So the devils hate when we expose them, man. But as the scriptures say, Esau's gonna be, that man of sin is gonna be revealed. That's how we know that we're at the end. Man of sin. This is where is it at? 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, the day of the Lord, except there come a falling away first, when the Israelites fell away from their heritage, right? That already happened. And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And that man of sin is being revealed day in and day out, Let's get that real quick. And we're not going to stop prophesying against you damn devils until the Lord has us stop, man. This is Ezekiel 35:2 says, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, right? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and prophesy against it. And say unto it, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. Right? So this is what's coming to you damn devils, man. You're not going to be able to achieve your enterprise, man. Let's see. Let's read a little bit more. It says, AI-powered tyranny. It says, it is important to note that Sawyer's conviction, came with a declaration that he is not really a journalist, but rather a conspiracy. You see it. This somehow legitimizes in the eyes of the state that Sawyer should not be a free man. And they always put that, term. This, as the scriptures say, they are the accuser of the brethren, man. That word accuser goes into a categoreo, man, which is to categorize. They put people in a box and then justifies them, slandering them and what have you, and treating them unrighteously. That's the devil for you, though, man. It says, the way the police state is able to nab these people so quickly and with such seeming ease has to do with how the AI-powered control grid is watching them both in real life and online. For more than 5 years now, journalists and citizen journalists alike have seen big tech censor and bury their work behind unfavorable algorithms. Hoffman explains. Some have even been banned or suspended from social media platforms. But now the globalists are taking their war against the truth to a new level. Let's get what's that the scripture I was thinking about? Let's get this one. Romans 3:13. Their throat is an open sepulchre. With their tongues they have used deceit. The poison of asp is under their lips. And that's exactly all these devils ever do is speak deceitful words, man, and bitter words. Whose mouth is full of cursing and bitterness. Their feet are swift to shed blood. Destruction and misery are in their ways. And the way of peace have they not known, man. So this is the type of people that we're dealing with. Deuteronomy 28:49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, right? And that's the clue. The eagle, right? The highest flying bird, and that represents Esau, Edom, the so-called white men in their kingdoms. If you go back and look at their various kingdoms from Rome to Greece, America, the eagle is what the bird that represents them. A high flying bird that represents their pride, the highest flying bird. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young. And that's exactly what these devils are up to, man. They don't even care about their own people. How's it go? He that is evil to himself, to whom shall he do good? Roughly paraphrasing. So they're evil to their own people, because Esau, Edomites are gonna fall within this too, not just Israelites. It says they are going for the kill shots by having journalists and citizen truth tellers actually arrested and removed from society altogether. In short, real journalists, people who question the facts and narratives provided by those in position of power and authority, are being banned. And this is what these devils want, man. But this is ultimately prophecy. It says the detectives that have unleashed such tyranny across the U.S. seem to come from higher up sources such as the United Nations and the WEF. Both of these entities have said that their top priority in 2024 and beyond is to stamp out, quote, disinformation, at least as they define the term. This cotton swab continues to brag about how he has penetrated the cabinets of Justin Trudeau's regime in Canada, as well as Emmanuel Macron in France, via WEF, Young Global Leaders program. So, hey, here he is, man. And this is all leading, to the famine of the word. Isaiah 29:21. That make a man an offender for a word. Us speaking the Bible, speaking the truth, and anybody speaking the truth, is a threat to these devils, man. Is a threat to a liar, man. And as the scriptures say, as soon as they be born speaking lies, man. So these devils just can't do right, because they weren't designed to do right. They were a vessel of dishonor, man. And they know that their kingdom is falling, their lies are being exposed. So that's why they're coming down and making all these unrighteous decrees, to attempt to silence, the truth, especially the truth of the Bible coming out, the men of the Lord. Isaiah 29:21, that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. And this is what these devils are up to, man. This is Yahawashi speaking, John 15:20. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. So this is the times that we're coming into, persecution, and them coming after the men of the Lord, which is leading to the famine of the word, man. Amos 8:11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. And these two articles are going, especially this one is going all into how, this famine is going to be, famine of the word is going to be initiated, man. Through multiple other things. There's plenty of articles that going into how they don't want, They try to say, misinformation, disinformation, and silence, the truth coming out. Ezekiel, and this is all the Lord's will. Ezekiel 3:26. And I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb, and shall not be to them a reprover, for they are a rebellious house. Right? Because as it says in it's talking about the nation of Israel, man. So we're not going to be on the highways and byways. We're not going to be able to do these videos forever, man. The doors of mercy are soon to close, man. That's why you gotta get it while the getting's good, man. His word is flowing out, of the men of the Lord day in and day out. It's Proverbs, the first chapter. And it says, 20th verse, Proverbs 1:20. Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. And that's the brothers going out to the highways and byways week in and week out. Calling, onto you Israelites, men, to repent, to come back onto your power before the evil days come. Says, she crieth, wisdom crieth in the chief place of concourse, and the opening of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, right? Will ye love simplicity, you Israelites out there? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. And how does he do that? Through his prophets, right? The prophets are the mouthpiece of the Lord. And this is what's going to happen to the ones that didn't take heed, right? The ones that, where did I just have it? Did I erase it? Oh, I had it in here, Salakia. The ones that didn't take heed to the word, while they had the opportunity to, once the Lord makes the tongues of the prophets, cleave to the roof of their mouths, and they're not out there speaking anymore, and once the videos can't go out anymore because of all the censorship that these devils are coming with, this is what's going to happen to these people. It says, 24th verse, because I have called and ye refuse, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded, but ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. When distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge, and did not choose the fear of the Lord. They would none of my counsel. They despise all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices, man. So this is what's coming, evil and nothing but evil. To the ones that choose not to come back to their power, Yahawashi, who choose not to build their house upon a rock. Let me see. Let's get that. Because as the scriptures say, the remnant are no longer going to stay upon them that smote him. They're no longer going to trust or lean upon the enemies, man. The ones that smote us. And we're gonna stay upon Yahawashi, man. Let's see. Let's get Luke 6. And I'll start at 47. Whosoever cometh to me, and heareth my sayings, and doeth them, I will show you to whom he is like. He is like a man which built an house, and dig deep, and laid the foundation on a rock, right? And who's that rock? Yahawashi, right? The chief cornerstone. And when the flood arose, the stream beat vehemently upon that house, and could not shake it, for it was founded upon a rock. So the flood, right, is the tribulation, right, as it was speaking about in the other scripture we had just read, in Proverbs. I was on. Excuse me. I think it's back here, but it's all good. But you know, when trouble, the trouble that's coming, right? So when the trouble comes, you know, to that individual, right? That Israelite man or woman, you know, it could not shake it, right? Why? Because it was founded upon a rock. But he that heareth and doeth not is like a man that without a foundation built an house upon the earth, against which the stream did beat vehemently, and immediately it fell, and the ruin of that house was great, man. So great destruction is coming to the ones that choose not to listen to this word and choose not to get right with their power before the evil days come, man, because they are indeed coming, man. You know? So yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, I just wanted to you know, blow the trumpet in Zion, give warning, you know, what these devils are up to, you know, this you know, digital money, and you know, all the different things that are coming with it, you know. It's coming down the pike, man, you know, and they're gonna sell it, you know. They're gonna put a nice bow on it and say this is for the greater good, and you know, well, they'll probably say they'll erase people's debt in order to, you know, sell it to them, and a lot of people are gonna get on board, man, and they're gonna say in order to, you know, participate, in order to get this UBI, this universal basic income, you're gonna have to get that rice device, man, that C-hip, man, you know. And if you get that, let's get the consequences for any new listeners, man. This is Revelation 13 and 9. And the subheading says, Doom for worshippers of the beast. And they're setting up this beast system as we speak, you know. Revelation 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in their forehead or in his hand, the same one that received it shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture, right? Straight, no chaser, no mercy, and to the cup of his indignation, righteous anger, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So when the missiles start to be shot over here from the other nations, those ICBM missiles, that lake of fire, the ones that took this MARK are going to feel, they have a missile with their name on it, you know, and that destruction is coming to them. So, you know, it behoove you to get right with your power while you still can, and trust and stay upon Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, and stop staying upon the ones that smote us, because they're coming with it, man, you know. So that's pretty much it. Let me see, I think that's all the scriptures I had lined up. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yep. So yeah, I hope and pray this lesson was edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to thank Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi once again for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. And I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi Bahasham Rakakadash. I want to give double honors, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who teach and rule well, who taught me his truth. Salutations, you brothers and sisters that are out there listening and learning, fighting this good fight of faith. Keep fighting, keep striving, keep pushing. We're almost out of here. Salutations, our fellow brethren that are pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. To you all, I want to say shalom. Say abad babal, abad Esau Edom, and Kwam Yasharala. Hey, shalom. To the next one.